Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Space Between. My name is Zach Eichholz, and I'll be your host for today. Today we're joined by Betty Salter with the Space Coast Birding and Wildlife Association. Betty, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Zach.
Thanks for being on the show. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So Betty, can you tell us a bit about your organization and what you do within it?
Okay, my organization is the Space Coast Birding and Wildlife Association. It's a nonprofit that was formed to support the Space Coast Birding and Wildlife Festival, which is an international event that occurs here, and it gives people an opportunity to learn about nature and around our area.
Very cool.
And I'm the field trip coordinator.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. So I hear that the Space Coast Birding and Wildlife Festival is happening in Cape Canaveral this coming January 2024. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's cool. Can you tell us about what people can expect at that event?
A great time, for one thing. With an opportunity to learn about the birds and wildlife in our ecosystems. There's an expo center. We have field trips. We have presentations, keynote speakers, and lots of activities for everybody. The expo center is free to the public.
Wow, that sounds like a good time. So this is the 25th year of the festival, is that correct?
Well, it's the 25th festival. In 21, it would have been our 25th year, but due to circumstances beyond our control, it was canceled, and what we did was we held the Space Coast Birding and Wildlife Virtual Festival. The next year, we had it all planned for 22. 3 weeks out, we had to cancel again. So the nonprofit that supported us went out of business. Later on, a new one was formed, but we didn't have enough time to have a festival for 23. So we're back this year, 2024. We're going to be right here in Cape Canaveral.
Awesome. 2024 is the year.
Yes.
You're going to do it. So do you have to be a professional ornithologist to attend, or can anybody attend?
Anyone could attend. You do not need to be a professional ornithologist. There will be activities for the casual observer as well as for that intense birder.
Okay, so experienced and non-experienced.
Exactly. Everyone can have a wonderful time.
Awesome. So I hear there will be exhibitors at your festival. Can you provide some insights into who people can expect to see there?
Well, the Expo Center will be open from 10 to 6 on Saturday, January the 28th. But on the 24th through the 27th, it will be open from noon to 6. And that it will feature optics vendors such as Swarovski, and then there's ecotourism groups like Wildside Nature Tours. There will also be Space Coast Audubon, Brevard County Environmentally Endangered Lands Program, and Merritt Island Wildlife Association will be there with some of their products, their items from the bookery to sell, as will be some local artists who will have artwork to sell.
Very cool. And what about this Launch Your Optics experience? Can you tell us about that? That sounds pretty cool.
Well, if you're looking for binoculars, a spotting scope, or camera gear, then you'll want to come out to that part of the Expo Center so that you can actually try out different ones and enjoy this little part we're calling the Launch Your Optics experience. There's nothing like hands-on to help you determine what you really want.
So this experience just doesn't only happen in Cape Canaveral. There's a lot of field trips associated with the event too. Can you explain how some of the field trips will work and where they'll be going?
We have over 60 field trips, and they are as close as Jetty Park and as far away as Pelican Island, our first national wildlife refuge. You can travel by car, van, bus, or boat. There will be all kinds of opportunities to observe our native wildlife and some of our endangered species like the Florida scrub jay and the Florida manatee.
Wow, that's awesome. So where can someone go to learn more about this event if they maybe want to go or register? What can they do?
Well, you can go to the Space Coast Birding and Wildlife Association website, which is scbwa.net. There you can learn about it and you can register from there.
Okay, awesome. That's great information. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time, and thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time for another episode of The Space Between.